So that would be my go-to if I think an animal's not opening up to me. Okay, what's the most amazing or surprising communication you've had so far? They're two different things. I'll go for surprising. I was thinking about this because I've got lots of stories, but the most surprising, and it's happened 3 times, is the dog, usually dog, describing their poo. Very surprising, very real. And not something I ever expected would happen in an animal communication. And often it's linked with, one was because at the time that I was communicating with him, he really was reaching the end of life, and his person was really worried about him and, you know, his diarrhea. And he wanted to bring in a happy memory for his person. And he said, I used to do really good poos. And what was fascinating was the response I got from the person. She immediately just burst into laughter and said, oh my God, he used to do amazing poos. So it was relevant to the person, you know, so there was some kind of humor in there. The other time when I got the description about the poo was because the person was changing the dog's diet. And she said, oh my God, ever since I changed his diet, I'm always checking his poo. She says, I'm so embarrassed to tell you this, but I would pick it up and I would just like look at it, kind of crash it down, because she was using lots of herbs, etc. And she was learning very much about poo. So that's my surprising stories on communication. And the most amazing ones would be the ones from my own animals, because they completely transform my relationship with them. They've helped me respect them. They've helped me to really see things from their perspective. So I could say, you know, I could give you lots of examples that I think are amazing with, say, client consultations, but not really. The most amazing ones are in comparison, how my animals communicate with me, because they've given me just this scope of what's possible. You know, from the story of my cat telling me that he wasn't ready to die, to, you know, my dog at the moment really talking about end of life, but not about dying, but more about kind of what he wants put in place, you know, things that completely, blows my mind really, and helps me to also understand what I'm able to communicate with other animals about. So those would be more kind of like, and again, the definition of amazing. You know, when a client says to you, oh, so amazing, thank you so much. What we really mean is that's really either helped me feel so relieved, or that's really shifted my perception. I love the word transformation. It is a powerful word. So you as communicators, if you ever wonder whether what you do is good enough, we tend to base it on how much did I get right? And that's not important. What's important is, did you make a difference to the relationship? Did you make a difference to the person's understanding of the animal? Did you make a difference, positive difference? Did you make a positive difference to the animal's understanding of their situation? And if your answer is yes, you've done an amazing job. You can get a communication where you can get everything right because you're like really psychic. So you're only telling your client what they already know. What's amazing about that, other than to, you know, stroke your own ego, if I'm going to be really upfront about it. So connect back with why you do what you do. And it's to really help shift understanding, shift perception. Okay. Let's see. Linda says,